Hey everyone! My challenge for today is to make some awesome comic book shoes. I've never made decoupage shoes before, but I found some simple steps on how to do it online, so I'm going to go for it. First is making your own paste, which is equal parts glue and water. My inspiration for making these shoes is an awesome Black Widow top that uses comic books, and so I decided to get a Black Widow comic, also because Black Widow is just pretty awesome. And on top of that, I also like Iron Man, and since both have a nice red and black color scheme, I decided that would be a good combination. I wish I would have been able to see the comics in person before purchasing them, because the Iron Man comic that I got was really just Iron Man talking, and the only Iron Man images I got were from the cover and the back, with a couple sprinklings of some War Machine. The shoes I'm using are pretty shiny, but that doesn't hold the paste as well, so I just scuffed them up with a nail file first. Time to attempt actually putting the comic book pieces on there. I put down a nice layer of my glue and water paste first, and then I took the pieces of comic that I already cut out and cut out even more specific pieces and just tried to glue them onto the shoe. And I started with that nice little brush to keep my fingers clean, and then found out that that didn't work quite right, so then I just ended up going for it with my hands after that. Now, the comic book pages are a little sturdier than regular paper, which meant that they didn't really get soft in the paste. It became kind of annoying to get around curves and edges of the shoe. I learned pretty early on that those awesome images I had cut out of the comic were way too big to be able to use, and I had to learn how to cut them a little smaller. Here's a good example of better pieces I should have used. I have the same color scheme here with the yellow, black, and the red, and these skinny pieces go nicely along the edge of the shoe. Now this is one of the larger pieces I expected to put on there. Turns out I just have to cut the thin, small pieces instead, which still have the same colors and the comic background, but it's just not a big picture anymore. But they work great! Using smaller and thinner pieces made it a lot easier to cover the parts of the shoe that are curved, which really is most of the shoe. When doing the front toe piece of the shoe, I still struggled a lot with making the pieces small enough. So there were some empty spaces there, but since it's black, it just kind of blended in with the comics and it doesn't look too terrible. Once I covered the shoe and background pieces, I could then cut out more defined pieces of Black Widow face and War Machine heads and put them on top. I let the initial coat dry for a couple hours and then put another coat of the paste on top. I let them dry overnight, and then the next day I added some Mod Podge, just so that they're a little more resistant to wear and tear. After they dried for another day, they were ready to wear out on the town. They look great with jeans or tights because they're so fun that you can dress them up or down. Thanks for watching, guys. If you try it out, let me know, and have a wonderful and creative rest of your week.